Okay, everyone, so here is what you are seeing in your Shared With Me folder. This is the rubric and the instructions for your research report. There's an important link here to the sample report. This is just a fake one. You will use these headings though, so you need to put those into your document. I'm going to show you shortly how to insert graphs. Make sure you read this over. Read the comments that are off to the side. Those are really important little bits of help to guide some of your thinking and your analysis, especially near the end there. Please read this big note in red. You'll notice that this entire report is written in third person, as will your report be. It's all going to be written in third person, or I think you probably call it formal. Okay, graphing. So if I want to just graph, this is our made-up data from a week or so ago so this is the favorite color option column. So if I want to just graph how many people said the different color, chose the different colors as their favorite color, I just select the entire D column. I go to Insert Chart. And as you know, I don't believe in pie charts, so you're going to be choosing a bar chart, and you're going to click Insert. Once you've done that, you have your chart there. You may want to do this in a different sheet, but in any event, here we go. And we go to the Advanced Editor. I'm going to show you a few of the things you can do here. You can change the title of your chart. It just took the question from the top row in that column, but we don't really need all of that. We can change the colors of things here too. The legend, if your stuff is labeled here, you don't need a legend, so just get rid of it because it's sort of redundant to have both. We're also going to label our horizontal axis. So this, you can see, you can deal with either the horizontal or the left vertical. So let's do our horizontal first. So our horizontal axis is color choice. So we're going to label that. We'll make it bold. I don't like italics, so I'll get rid of those. And we'll make that blue. We'll just make this whole thing blue. The access labels are these words here, red, yellow, and green. Make those bold as well, and we can make those blue as well. Then we'll go back here, change to our left vertical axis, and our title here would be number of people. And again, just follow the same process. And there we go. There's our lovely graph. We're going to update it. Okay, now we want to take it into your report, and I've just created a blank doc to show you. So we copy the chart. We go into our document and we hit Control V. Give it a second to sort of think. And there's our chart. And from there, you can size it. You can choose the different kind of wrapping that you want in terms of how the text behaves around your graph. Okay, now the next phase of making these graphs is a little bit more hardcore. And it involves determining, so let's say that you want to determine how many people in each gender chose certain colors. Okay, there's a two-step process to this. You need to go into another sheet and set up a table. So here are my 3 gender options. Here are my 3 color options. I somehow didn't end up with 4 when I typed my questions. I don't know what happened. You also want to, then we talked about in class, that really, because our numbers of people will be different based on gender, we didn't have equal representation of gender in our surveys. So you want to change those into percentages. So make the same table, gender, label it as the percentage of males, females, and other, and then have your colors again across the top. Then I'm going to show you how you get these numbers and how to calculate these percentages. So to get the 5, here's what you do. You need to use the filters. So this is our filter. And we're going to filter, we're going to create new filter view. So now we see all of our filters. These little arrows right beside the question are the filter. So right now you can see the check marks. I've selected everything. If I clear, I select nothing. Then if I select male, now I've selected male. Okay. Then if I go over here to my colors and I select that small arrow and I clear them all, and I just want green. Okay. Now I can see that I have 2 people who selected green. And so I go over to my sheet, and under green males, I would have inserted the number 2. I continue doing that until I fill my chart. I use those 2 filters back and forth until I fill this chart. Then I have to think about percentages. So I'm trying to figure out the percentage of males who selected yellow, this cell. So to do that, I needed the total. So I know that my total number of males is 8. If I total all the males, there are 8 males. And I know that 5 out of 8 males chose yellow. So I do 5 divided by 8 times 100. And then I input that number here. I do the same thing for my red, for males who chose red. So 1 out of 8, and then 2 out of 8. Now, here's the tricky part. Percentages always have to add up to 100, and it may end up being true that your yellow males plus red males plus green males doesn't quite add up to 100, so you may need to go back and sort of tweak these numbers a little bit up or down, just round up or down until your male equals 100, your females equals 100, and your others equals 100. Do not worry about making this column equal 100. That is different. That's not the math you're doing. You're doing the percentage of males, so that means that you go across. So these 3 rows, each row should equal 100. Once you have this table, you highlight all of your data and all of your titles. And now you go again to Insert Chart. And here's what we get. Okay. So this is what you want. And then you will, you can then again use, once you insert it like I just did, then you can use the advanced editor again and you can mess around with all this stuff. In a perfect world, it would be great to have the word yellow in yellow, and this would be red, and this, oh no, this is the males and females, other. Yes, but then it would be lovely if we could have these colors match these 3 colors. I haven't figured out how to do that. I couldn't figure out how to change an individual column. It's probably possible, so if you feel like, if you're interested in figuring that out, then Google it. It also would be, here you can see, unless you can figure out how to add, I think it would get very busy down here if you added the 3 colors underneath these columns. So here I would just stick with your legend, okay? And because you have percentage, you should have from 0 to 100. And your label here will not be number of people, it will be percentage of people. Okay, and then you have gender on the bottom. Okay, so that's how to make the 2 kinds of graphs that you're going to be making in order to help you illustrate how you answered your hypothesis. Okay, that's all for now.